Hello everyone, good noon. I have built another functionality into my natural language to SQL engine. Many of the people wanted to try this application out for their database, but since our application back then did not support custom database, they were not able to do so and they were stuck at the schema that I provided. Well, now it is not the case. We have a custom database linked to our application. You just have to enter the URL, the server, the database name, the port, and then you can see the application working on your database too. For example, I have a custom database here. So there will be a form here that you have to fill out. I'll show that shortly because I'm not showing it live because I don't want any credentials or so leaked for my database. It's a custom database. By the time you'll be seeing this video, this database will no longer be there. So once this database is connected, you see the custom database schema. It's a simple table, customers order payment. And if I do show me all customers, I'll get a response. So this NL-SQL application is working on these custom tables that you get from the database that you have linked here. And show me all the customers and their payments. Okay, so yeah, this is it from my side. You can connect your databases here. So let me just copy this into a different tab. You have this form that you'll have to fill out. The host name, database name, that is basically your schema name, your username, and your password. We don't store this session into the database, nor I store your password into the database. It's just a token-based system, and the tokens are opaque tokens as well. The token by themselves do not mean anything. So even if someone gets their hands on token, which is a very rare scenario or an extreme possible scenario, they will still not be able to make sense out of those tokens too. Let me disconnect this DB. Once I disconnect the database, we are back to the default schema. Now if I do show me all customers and their payments, this is a cached query. So that's why you see the response. When I do this, you'll see a bad SQL grammar because there is no customer table, there is no payments table, and there is no order table that is linked with each other. It was linked in the custom database, but now in the default DB that you see here, it is not present. Now, if I execute the query for our default database, we should get the output too. Show me the data for departments. There we go. Right? And let me just walk you through the design. I hope you have seen the old design that I provided in the repo. What we are doing, we have added this component here, if you see towards the very left. So this component is a session service, then there is a connection pool registry. For every session, we generate a opaque token and the details are stored in the application state. Why application state and why not database? Since we do not have many users at the moment, we are going to put it in application cache. Also, for every session and for every user, if you are going to do multiple DB calls, the application will be a little slower. Is it completely avoidable? No. At certain time, we'll have to do it, but that time is not now because the traffic is not that much. You can see something written here as to do. So this is something that I am planning to replace it with Redis plus JWT. JWT will not be an opaque token. It will be a token where you can make sense of. So it will have your session details and all. Most probably, if not JWT, I will do Redis plus the opaque token. Instead of using a concurrent hash map, we'll use a Redis instance. Then we have a connection pool registry. So connection pool registry string is there. That is for every user, you have a separate connection pool created. That means we have one connection pool each session. Since if multiple people are going to use it, let's say we can scale it till 100 or 1000 users, but post that we will have to make sure that we use a different strategy, because in that case the connection pool are going to be overloaded, and since we're using Postgres database, it will be a mess to manage all these things. Same approach is used here. For every key we have a connection pool entry. We have eviction strategies. We do idle eviction every 5 minutes. So if you have a connection pool which is not being used for last 14 minutes, then every 5 minutes there will be a scheduler running which will evict such connections from the map. Apart from that, there is a hard reset every 14 minutes. That means the maximum time you can use my application for a custom database is 14 minutes. Does it mean that after 14 minutes you will not be able to use it? No, no. You'll just have to reconnect the application. Okay, you can use it at as much time as you want to. It's just that every 14 minutes you are going to have to reconnect it, because 14 minutes is the hard reset time. Then you see the component here is dynamic data source service. What do? We validate the user database connection, we fetch the schema out of it, and we make sure that the LLM is enriched with the context that our custom database schema has provided. As you can see here too, delegate schema to schema services. Basically, if one user has one schema, let's say schema 1, and the second user has schema 2, this service makes sure that schema 1 is mapped to the queries written by schema, is mapped to the queries written by schema user 1 only. So there is no schema mismatch that we do. Anyway, the connection pool is per session, so we also isolate the schema mismatch at that very layer too. Apart from that, everything else remains pretty much the same. You can see that PostgreSQL user database is here. That is from registry. Okay, this is our default database. This is our custom database that you see. So connection pool registry is connected here, and dynamic data source is also connected here. Why? Because we fetch the schema for every connection. Yeah, that is pretty much it. I will be writing a LinkedIn blog for this. You can find the details of this demo, of these designs and everything on that particular LinkedIn blog, or else you can just go through the repository. You'll find it here in this lld.png, and there is a plant UML file too. Okay, thank you everyone.